Hi, my name is Leah Solo. Actually, I was born Lisa Stacy Solomon. And when my dad divorced my mom at age 20, I took off the man, moved to England, and became Solo. And by that time, at age 20, I had learned 5 languages. So my great-grandmother, Leah, spoke 8. So I took her name, and it was my Hebrew name, Leah. So that's how I became Leah Solo. And I always wanted to, when I was young, at age 12, my dad had this amazing job, which took him around the world, and he brought us with him. And I learned, the first language I learned was, we lived in Spain, we had a villa, and I learned Spanish. And everyone thought that I was Spanish. And I realized I had this facility for mimicking and embodying an entire culture in a matter of weeks. My parents were like, "Why are you talking like that?" I don't know. It was something that happened unconscious. And I continued to study languages when I got back to high school. My dad moved me to Beverly Hills High School. And unlike Clueless, my years at Beverly High were me being considered a foreigner because I came from New York and spoke a lot of languages. So I hung out with the Argentines, the Iranians, the French, the Moroccans. We were a motley crew at Beverly High. And from there, I went to Europe, and every summer I went to a ski camp and learned German. I sang in the Austrian Alps and never forgot. I still speak my German today. I also went to what was the next? Another summer, I got invited to France by a French girl and spent the summer with her family, learning to cook, taking walks by Josephine's chateau right outside of Paris, and always hoped someday that I'd have my own chateau. And I went to a school. I was able to continue studying at a Quaker school. It was the Wandering Scholar School. And it was the Wandering Scholar that really got me and realized that that's really who I had become from so much travel in my teens. And then I went to the school, lived for a year in Japan, and studied Japanese kabuki dance. I worked at a hostess bar at night. I lived with a Japanese family, and pretty much became very good in Japanese after a year. And then I got a scholarship to dance in Portugal. And so I danced with a modern dance company in Portugal and learned my Portuguese there. And to this day, Brazilians always say, "Are you Portuguese?" And I say, "No, I'm an American," which is kind of very sweet. And then I went to live in New York after many years of all this travel and wanted to become an actress. So I joined SAG and Equity, and I auditioned, and one of my auditions was for a Japanese TV show. And I became a Japanese TV reporter in Rockefeller Center. And we did shows that I wrote and came up with the stories about New York lifestyle and New York entertainment. And then I worked as a stringer for Italian TV for a little bit, all the while wanting to be really on camera and having my own talk show and reporting the news like Christian Amanpour, or my talk show like Oprah. And that's why I'd really love the opportunity to have this dream come true, because I had children and I had a husband, and I studied and got my PhD in women's studies and psychology because the other seemed like an impossible dream. And now the opportunity to maybe have this impossible dream come true would be super exciting.